Hey, Adriano. So, in your descriptive essay, having to describe a place, you decided to choose the Kavango River, right? So, I decided to come here by myself and come and have a feel myself. I thought probably there is something I missed out, so I should come and see by myself. So, you did very well. The purpose of a descriptive essay is to draw the attention of your readers, and you want to describe in such a way that they will want to come and see the place. So you need to make it very interesting, make it very, very interesting. And I think that is what you did, and that piqued my interest to come and also come and have a view for myself. So as I told you, as you are describing in your introduction, you need to tell us the location of the place. Where is the place located? And after the location of the place, you also tell us what makes the place significant or what is interesting about the place that you think we need to know about it. And after that, now you focus on specific aspects of the place you are describing. You can't describe all in your essay of just 250 words. So just focus on specific aspects. So I chose to focus on the entrance. I focused there, and I was also impressed by the camping sites that are there. So I also focus on them. Ideally, I would have thought of 3 places, but after I have written for the 2 places I have mentioned, I realized that I have written enough words, so I did not continue. So I'll read to you what I have written here, and then when I get home, I will go into my office and then I will analyze why I wrote what I have written. Okay, so this is what I have written. Rundu Beach, nestled in the heart of Rundu Township, along the Kavango River, is a haven of calm and natural beauty. Loved for its serene views, the beach offers a perfect escape from the bustle of town, inviting visitors to immerse themselves in nature's gentle embrace. Now I have here my first body paragraph. So my first body paragraph is focusing on the entrance to the beach. So what I have written here is, the journey to the beach itself is part of the experience. Descending from the town's Ministry of Tourism and Environment, the road gradually eases you away from the city's noise, leading to a quiet, peaceful sanctuary. Along the path, tall trees line both sides. Their swaying branches and the crunch of dry leaves beneath your feet greet you with a soft, natural welcome. As you approach the riverside, the gentle flow of the river and the songs of birds fill the air, creating a soothing symphony that releases the mind. So my second paragraph says this: along the riverbank, camping spots await, each offering spectacular views of the water, surrounding landscape, and abundant wildlife. Arriving in the afternoon provides an ideal vantage point to watch the sun dip toward the horizon, casting golden reflects on the river. The tall evergreen trees camping the campsite release cool, fragrant air, a refreshing contrast to the town's heat, while the soft hum of the river completes the sense of peace. So at this point, I noticed that I have written so much, and if I added the third aspect I wanted to describe, I might end up taking too much words, going beyond the number of words that have been required. So I concluded here. So in my conclusion, I said Rundu Beach is more than a destination. It is a retreat for the senses, a place where nature's calm and beauty combine to offer visitors a moment of true serenity. Okay, so I will get to my office, I will sit down, and then we are going to analyze this, why it is quite a good descriptive essay, and while yours also was good, and how you can maybe learn from this and improve what you have written. But since you have gotten me to come here to come and see, because I doubted what I have seen earlier, so I think you did well, because that is the purpose of a descriptive essay, to raise the interest of your readers and get them to also want to come and see the place, and you did well. So learn from the example that I have written also as I analyze it, and then try to also improve your own. Very good. See you soon. Okay, back to my office. So let's take again paragraph per paragraph. Remember, in the introduction, we should know the location of the place and then its significance for you. The location of the place and its significance for you. And here, this is what I said. Rundu Beach, nestled in the heart of Rundu Township along the banks of the Kavango River, is a haven of calm and natural beauty. So in this sentence already, I gave the location of Rundu Beach. If someone asked, where can Rundu Beach be found? I would say in the heart of the Rundu Township. And which side? Along the banks of the Kavango River. You see, so there is location here. And then I am now trying to describe or explain why it is significant. It is a place that holds significance for me, or has a significance for me. So I said it is a haven of calm and natural beauty. So we call that impressioning. So I am focusing on an aspect of the beach that is the nature, the natural aspect that for me personally, anytime I get there, I have the sense of peace. And that is the aspect that I was focusing on throughout my description. How that place seems to make you feel like having peace. That was the area I was focusing on when I was throughout my description. Now, I went on. Loved for its serene views, the beach offers a perfect escape from the bustle of town, inviting visitors to immerse themselves in nature's gentle embrace. So, the location of the place and why is it significant for me? Why is it significant for me is that it takes me from the noise in the town, it takes me away from the busy life in town and gives me a sound and serene place where I can relax and I can have, in quote, my peace. So I believe in that introduction we have answered the questions, or we have touched on the items that I said should be seen in your introduction when you want to describe a place or a location. Now, let's now go into my body paragraph. The journey to the beach itself is part of the experience. So that sentence is acting as my topic sentence and telling me that I am coming to describe the journey to the beach, walking to the beach or driving to the beach, what could be seen around. That is what the sentence is trying to do. So it gives the hint to my readers about what that paragraph is going to be about. Let's continue. Descending from the town's Ministry of Tourism and Environment, the road gradually eases you away from the city's noise. Let's pause here. There is here a figure of speech, and that is personification. You know, you cannot describe something so interestingly without including figure of speech or imageries. You cannot, it will be difficult for you to do that. So you would include figure of speech and imageries to make it interesting. So the road gradually eases you away from the city's noise. That is our personification. Personification is attributing human features or human characteristics to a non-living item. And we are saying that the road makes way, or the road helps you to forget I should, let me say it this way. The road helps you to forget about the city's noise. So the road helping you, the road making it easy for you. We are attributing here a human characteristic to the road, which is a non-living thing. So we have personification here. Let's move on. Leading to a quiet, peaceful sanctuary. Definitely. Adjectives are an important part of descriptive essay. You cannot describe without using adjective. They are the adjectives are what will help you give that vivid description. So near the end of the video, I will highlight all the adjectives that have been used in this essay for you to see. Let's continue. Along the path, tall trees line both sides. There are swaying branches and the crunch of dry leaves beneath your feet, greeting you with a soft, natural welcome. So the swaying branches of the trees and the crunch of dry leaves gives you a welcome, a natural welcome. Again, we have what here? Personification. They are greeting you, they are giving you a welcome. We have personification here. Let's move on again. Well, talking about imageries is appealing to the senses. Here you could see that the sound of the dry leaves, this expression appeals to the sense of hearing, right? To the sense of hearing, which is also an important aspect of a descriptive passage. Moving on. As you approach the riverside, the gentle flow of the Kavango River and the songs of birds fill the air, creating a soothing symphony that relaxes the mind. So the sounds of the river and the song of the bird are creating what? A symphony. Symphony are usually what a band or an orchestra does, which is human characteristics, which I am associating to the sound of bird and the sound that is made by the flow of the river. Again, here we have personification. And beyond personification, we have also metaphor. Metaphor is comparison without using a comparison agent like as or like. And I am comparing the sound that is being made by the flow of the river and the song of birds to a symphony. So there is a metaphor here. We continue. So my second paragraph now says, along the river bank, camping spots await, each offering spectacular views of the water, surrounding landscape and abundant wildlife. Camping spots are waiting. That is personification. And then I use imageries. So spectacular views. This appeal to the sense of sight. How was the view? Spectacular. And you can do that with adjectives. So and water surrounding the landscape and abundant wildlife. This the reader could picture that in their mind. Let's move on. Arriving in the afternoon provides an ideal vantage point provides an ideal vantage point to watch the sun dip towards the horizon, casting golden reflections on the river. So the sun is dipping towards the horizon. Descriptive, appeal to the sight. Now, casting golden reflection on the river. The reflection that the sun is giving to the river, or the reflection that the sun is making into the river, looks gold. I am giving the idea of the color which the reader may view, but at the same time I am comparing the reflection of the sun as gold to gold. So you could also see it as a metaphor. Now, let's continue. The tall evergreen trees shading the campsite release cool fragrance air, a refreshing contrast to the town's heat. So I use I have imagery here: cool and fragrant air. What type of imagery is here, or what sense am I appealing to? I am appealing to the smell, right? I am appealing to the sense of smell. We have also personification. Personification, we are saying that release cool fragrant air. The trees, the air that comes from the trees, the trees are releasing cool fragrant air. So there is again personification here. And then we have a juxtaposition, contrast. I try to do a contrast here. Look here. A refreshing contrast to the town's heat. So when I am by the river, the air I feel there is so much contradictory, or contradicts so much the air I feel when I am in the town itself. I am in the town itself, not by the river. So I created a contrast here. Now, while the soft hum of the river completes the sense of peace, the soft hum of the river completes the sense of peace. The river humming, which is personification, and then also you can say there is metaphor here. I am comparing the sound of the river to a hum. These are things that comes naturally. They really come naturally. You will not need to analyze it yourself when you have written it during the examination to see whether I have put metaphor or not. Yes, intentionally you may want to do that, but if you have the flair for writing descriptive essays, you will do it naturally, and then you would analyze to realize that that is what actually you did. And it took me coming back to sit here to realize that, oh, so these were the imageries and figures of speech I was adding to my descriptive essay without even thinking of them. It is now that I did realize that. So if you have the flair for writing, especially descriptive essays and imaginary essays, you should be able to do this and realize that you have done well. It is not an easy task. You just have to practice. That is, if you have the flair for writing it, you keep practicing more. So in this case where we are doing a descriptive passage, you need to read more. You need to read more, maybe travel journals. You need to read magazines about traveling, about people describing places, and I believe you are going to get a lot of adjectives, many adjectives, to be able to create these effects as has been created here. Now, in my conclusion, the conclusion will talk about how the place makes you feel, and we said that you put it also in such a way that you encourage your readers to also visit the place, as Adriano successfully did for me to go and visit again the Kavango beach, the Rondo beach. So this is what I wrote here as a conclusion. Rondo beach is more than a destination. It is a retreat for the senses, a place where nature, calm, and beauty combine to offer visitors a moment of true serenity. I am not telling the visitors directly that to come, but that kind of conclusion I have made there encourages, as Engelmont said, it encourages visitors or readers to also come and visit the place. At the same time, I restated how it makes me feel, my comment about the place and how I feel about the place. So I think that is quite good. Let's look at the adjectives that have been used here, each of them individually, just to see how many adjectives were used here. Do it quickly. Rondo Beach. Which beach? Rondo Beach. Well, that is the name of the place, but note that Rondo is an adjective. Nestled in the heart of Rondo Township. Which township? Rondo's Township, or Rondo Township. So Rondo here is also an adjective. Along the bank of the Kavango River. Which river? The Kavango River. It is a haven. It is a haven of calm and natural beauty. So calm, natural, beauty. So calm and natural are adjectives. Calm and natural are adjective here, describing the beauty we are talking about. Love for its serene views. Which type of views? Serene. So serene is describing views. The beach offers a perfect escape. Which type of escape? A perfect one. So a perfect escape. Perfect is the adjective here. From the bustle of town. Inviting visitors to immerse themselves in nature's gentle embrace. Which embrace? Which embrace? A gentle one. Nature's gentle embrace. A gentle embrace. The journey to the beach itself. No, nature's, let's go back. Nature's also is an adjective. You remember possessive adjective. Which embrace? Nature's embrace. Which embrace? Gentle embrace. So nature's is an adjective, embrace is an adjective. Let's continue. The journey to the beach itself is part of the experience. Descending from the town's Ministry of Tourism. So towns will be an adjective here. Which Ministry of Tourism? The Ministry of Tourism of the town. So it becomes a possessive adjective. The road gradually eases you away from the city's noise. Which noise? The city's noise. Leading to a quiet, peaceful sanctuary. Which type of sanctuary? A quiet one, a peaceful one. So quiet and peaceful are both adjectives. Along the path, tall trees. Which type of trees? Tall ones. Line both sides. Which sides? Both sides. Both is also a quantitative adjective. We call it quantitative adjective. They are swaying branches. How are their branches? Swaying. Swaying also is an adjective. And the crunch of dry leaves beneath you. The crunch of dry leaves beneath your feet. So which type of leaves? Dry ones. Which type of leaves? Dry leaves. Dry leaves beneath your feet, greeting you with a soft, natural welcome. Soft, natural. They are both adjectives. As you approach the riverside, the gentle flow of the Kavango River. We have gentle here. Gentle is also an adjective. And the song of birds fill the air, creating a soothing symphony that relaxes the mind. Which type of symphony? Which type of symphony? A soothing one. So soothing is an adjective here. Along the riverbank, camping spots await. Which type of spots? Camping ones. Camping spots await. Each offering spectacular views. Which type of views? Spectacular. Of the water. Surrounding landscape. Which type of landscape? The surrounding one. Which landscape? The surrounding one. And abundant wildlife. Abundant is describing wildlife here. So abundant is an adjective. Arriving in the afternoon provides an ideal vantage point. How is the point? Ideal and the vantage. Ideal vantage point. So that's ideal is an adjective. Vantage is also an adjective. To watch the sun dip towards the horizon, casting golden reflections on the river. Which type of reflection? Golden. Golden reflection. So golden also is an adjective. The tall evergreen trees. Tall, evergreen, they are both adjectives. Shading the campsite, release cool, fragrant air. Cool is an adjective, fragrant is an adjective, and they are both describing air. A refreshing contrast. Which type of contrast? A refreshing one. So a refreshing contrast to the town's heat. Whose heat? Or which type of heat? The town's heat. While the soft hum, how was the hum? The hum was soft. Of the river completes the sense of peace. Rondo Beach, you know already Rondo is an adjective here. Rondo Beach is more than a destination. It is a retreat for the senses, a place where nature is calm and beauty combined. So we have nature's. So you can see the number of adjectives that had to come. If you practice more about you practice more descriptive passages, adjective will come to you naturally. All you would have to do now will be to improve them, the range. So leaving basic adjectives and trying to use more advanced adjectives. Otherwise, you cannot describe a text without using adjectives. Adjective is what helps you do the description easily. So I hope this is good. It just adapts to what Adriano wrote and we all listened to and we all corrected. This just adds up to it, and I hope it will encourage some of you who did not try to take that question, the descriptive passage. It will encourage you to also try to improve your skills for writing descriptive passages, because we never know, it could be among the part 1, the question for part 1, which is a compulsory question. So let's try to develop that skill and learn from whatever we have done.